We putting work, turning nothing into something. They feelings hurt, we turning nothing into something. Give a fuck if they don't like me, cause all this bread I count excites me. Turning nothing into something, nothing into something, turning nothing into something.
What up? What's going on, everybody? What is going on? And I'm sure you're thinking, what the heck is this idiot doing? How are you going to go live, Hector? Unless you're doing the watch along where we're all getting ready to watch the spring breakout game and watch all our nice prospects that we got coming up that we hope are going to give us a bright future. But guess what, man? I've just had a couple of things on my mind and I haven't been able to do this in a while. So I wanted to do it all day. I've spent the last 30 minutes trying to set it up, had some technical difficulties. So I said, you know what? I don't care. We're not going to be on long. It ain't going to be an hour thing. It might not even be a 10-minute thing. Maybe it's a 15-minute thing. I don't know. We intended it to be a 30-minute thing, but we're going to try to be as quick as possible because I also want to watch this spring breakout game because all these names that we've been hearing about, now they're getting close. Now they're getting close. So you get excited to get a little glimpse to see what we have. And we've seen a couple of them even in this spring training, like a A.J. Ewing, who really impressed me, to be honest with you. But I wanted to come and talk real quick as we are a week away from spring training ending and opening day. We are a week away from opening day. Hey, get it together, man. Get it together. We know it's been a while, but get it together, Hector. A week away from opening day, and there really aren't too many question marks with this team, right? We pretty much know what this roster is going to look like. And even today, we may have gotten a glimpse as to what the opening day lineup may look like, right? And we'll see. That can change. We saw Carlos Mendoza speak today, and they asked him just that. And he said, yeah, this is pretty close. Most of the guys there are going to find themselves in the opening day lineup. Who may find himself out of the opening day lineup? Yeah. It might be that guy. It might be my guy Mark Vientos, who's had a terrible spring, who already had an at-bat today, and I believe he popped out at third base. We'll see how he does in his next at-bat. And we know we don't try to put too much stock into spring training results, but I think for some guys, spring training results matter for more than others. And yes, Carlos Mendoza has told us, he told Brett Baty he's on the team. He doesn't need to make the team. He doesn't need to worry about that, right? It's just about getting reps and so on and so forth. But eventually, especially for a guy like Vientos, who ended last season the way that he ended last season, but you got to get some results because it's going to get in your head. And I'm pretty sure it's in his head. I mean, I recently saw him say when they asked him, are you thinking about, not the results, not getting positive results or anything like that? He's like, oh, well, if I think about that, then I won't sleep at night. That right there tells me that he is thinking about it. And maybe he isn't sleeping at night. But I know one thing. I felt coming into today, before I even saw the lineup, like these next 5 games that are left, the last 5 games of the spring training that are left, are going to be very important for a guy like Mark Vientos. And not because he's not going to be on the roster, because honestly, they have no choice but to have him on the roster because he has no minor league options. So it's not like they can send Vientos to the minors. Could they possibly trade him right now? Maybe. But why would you want to trade a guy like that when his stock is so down? Let's not forget, Mark Vientos is a guy that has 3 years of team control left. That is valuable. That is valuable to these teams. And then is a guy who's hit 27 home runs just 2 years ago, who even last year when he struggled hit 17 home runs. So you don't just give up on something like that. And I understand, listen, we look at our spring training, we had a couple of guys who you could say came out with a bang and were never able to follow that up. And a Christian Pache and a MJ Melendez, right? And those guys are not far removed from where maybe Mark Vientos is right now. But I'm still a believer in Mark Vientos. But he needs to go out there and show it. And hopefully he's still a believer in himself. And I think he is. And I'm baffled as to why the production is not there. I've looked at the numbers, and bottom line, you would think that he can't handle a fastball because that's what he's struggling with. He was so successful against the fastball in 2024 and equally or even more unsuccessful. This glare in my glasses is driving me crazy. even more unsuccessful in 2025. But we'll see what happens with Mark Vientos. We don't want to ramble on too much on one topic, but listen, he needs to get it done, and he's going to have his chances. Hopefully, when the season starts, he gets going and is able to produce so he continue to get chances because we need him to produce. If you look at that lineup today, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at that lineup today, again, it is very close to what the opening day lineup will look like. Matter of fact, let's take a look at it here together. Let's take a look at it here together. Where is that? Just give me 1 second here. And let's go here. Let's bring up my X. And here's the lineup. Let's maximize that a little bit so you can see a little bit better. But this is pretty much going to be the everyday lineup, I would think, right? You got Lindor as expected. You got Soto, which, we could still talk about whether we would like him to bat third or second, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. As long as he's in the lineup, that's what counts. And honest, you know what? We'll leave it there. Bichette third, I love it. So I can't even argue about having Soto batting third when I really like Bichette batting third. But you got Lindor, Soto, Bichette, Polanco, as you would expect. But I'm a little surprised as, and I guess he's earned it with his spring training, even though we didn't see much of him. But in the backfields, we heard all about the backfields and all that good stuff. Luis Robert Jr. You got Brett Beatty, who's had himself a good spring, who's played all over the field and handled himself. He's looked good at first base. He's looked good in right field. We already saw him look good last year in second base and third base. And now the hitting is following. He had a pretty good spring at the plate. Pretty damn good spring at the plate. As the screen changes tonight or whatever the hell. But you got Brett Beatty. You got Marcus Semien following Beatty. And then you got Mark Vientos. And that's where, right, we're not so sure where that may be the case on opening day. Right? And then you follow that up with Alvarez. But if you look at this lineup, ladies and gentlemen, and if Alvi, Vientos, and Beatty, whom we've been waiting for, can actually really give us what we expect, and then the other guys just play to the back of the baseball card, Semien has a little bit of a bounce back. Luis Robert Jr. stays healthy and is Luis Robert Jr. because to me, it's more about health with that guy. And yeah, I really wasn't high on bringing Luis Robert Jr., but we got him. Now we just need him to stay healthy and do what you've been doing in them backfields. And of course, the top 4, top 3, steady guys. Steady guys. But this is an exciting lineup. Now, the change we may see on opening day as we move on here, and we jump from topic to topic. We think about a outline before we start, and then as we start talking, we move. But the difference we may see in that lineup is Carson Benge, who, in my opinion, has earned that opening day job. And not just opening day, right? Because when we talk about opening day, the opening day lineup and the opening day roster, listen, David Stearns talks about it all the time. And he's more referring to as the pitching that can fluctuate and send guys up and down, especially in the bullpen. But when we talk about an opening day lineup in 2026, we know damn well that the lineup we see on opening day is probably not the lineup that we see game 2. And it shows how it may not be the lineup we see game 3. And the one we see game 3 won't be the lineup we see game 4. Because the way they make lineups now is lefty-righty, not only lefty-righty, is matchups, how do you match up with this guy, and lanes, and so on and so forth, and all that stuff that really makes me want to throw up. I like to see guys that can play every day, no matter who the hell is on the mound. They can handle themselves at the plate. They can handle themselves on the field. But hey, I'm the old man. It's 2026, Hector. Catch up to the times. But in my opinion, David Stearns told us over and over and over that they would give Carson Benge an opportunity to end and earn a roster spot on opening day. Well, anybody that watched spring training knows that Carson Benge did just that. Is he a power hitter? No. But I don't need everyone to be a power hitter. And with this roster and in that lineup, he doesn't need to be a power hitter. He needs to do exactly what we saw him do in spring training, and he'd be just fine and go out there and handle right field. But I think he earned the job. And in my opinion, I said this in a space yesterday. Shout out to everybody that came through the space, the X space. In my opinion, when you do that as a front office and the guy goes out there and performs, then you can't go back on your word. I know Talkman has played, and maybe he earned a spot on this roster. And hey, there's going to be no backup shortstop, and we'll get into that in a second. Maybe Talkman has earned his spot on this roster, but that spot is as a bench guy. That spot is as a spot starter every now and then when he has a good matchup against the guy or whatever the case may be. But that's a pinch hitter. And listen, again, in 2026, who you really pinch hitting for, right? There's no pitcher hitting. But it's about matchups. Maybe a lefty-righty thing. You want to pinch hit. You want to have Talkman on the bench. I get it. Veteran guy. I get it. He's a guy that either you put on the roster or you got to let him go, pretty much. So it makes sense that they send the Paches and the Melendez down, even though they looked okay in the little time that they had in spring training. But Carson Benge deserves to be on this team. And if he's on this team, he deserves to play. There's no reason to have a Carson Benge on the roster if you're not going to play him and have him be on the bench. That makes absolutely no sense. Just like as we move on here quickly, because we want to get out of here as the breakout game just got started, and we want to pay attention to that. And the Mets are on the field. Maybe we could get out of here before the Mets hit. As I do that and I lose, I had a great transition right there, and I lose my train of thought. But where we want to go is, we got it back. We got it back. Carson Benge cannot be on this roster and be on the bench. He needs to play. Just like someone else who won't be on the roster, even though he performed well in spring training. But there's no space for him on this roster. There's no lane to give him playing time. And that is one Ronnie Mauricio, who we saw today was sent down to minor leagues, to AAA. That is the right thing to do for Ronnie. Ronnie needs to play and play every day. And he'll get the chance to do that. And it's a long season. And if he shows out down there and there's an opportunity to bring him up, then we bring him up. But I don't know how, right? We don't want to see anyone get hurt. We don't want to see anyone underperform. So if that's the case, then we really don't want to see Ronnie. No, of course you want to see Ronnie, but you guys know what I mean. You ladies and guys know what I mean. Let's check on the beautiful people have come in the comments real quick before we move on and we can try to get the hell out of here. We appreciate you all, man. We appreciate you all. Again, I know everybody wants to watch the spring breaker game, and I have it on myself. What's going on, Stan? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Stan says, certain things don't change in this game. Hitters take balls and swing at strikes. Pitchers don't walk batters. Everything else flows from there. Absolutely, my guy. And that is what we're hoping to see. We're hoping to see a more balanced lineup. We're hoping to see better hitting. We're hoping to see guys give us good at-bats and swing at strikes and let balls to the catcher. And then from our pitchers, we want to see them be aggressive in the zone. What was it that Justin Wood has been saying that I've been quoting for a while now? I forget. Be nasty in the zone. Attack the zone. Attack the zone. Easy, how you been, my brother? I ain't seen you in a minute. The end is a 0 if he's not hitting. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But again, don't want to be here too long, so we move on. And again, appreciate you, man. Appreciate all you guys and gals. The other thing is, as we're talking about here, Mauricio, he also doesn't have a spot. Because shout out to Francisco Lindor. Shout out to Francisco Lindor, who looks like will be ready and starting on opening day. And I didn't have any doubts. Why would I? Why would I? This guy plays through anything. This guy refuses to miss games. So, you guys remember early on, or you guys remember when that injury was announced? I've been laughing the last couple of days because I can't help it. because I can't get out of my mind how there were people out here calling for the Mets to sign Wilmer Flores because Lindor was hurt. My gosh, bring Wilmer Flores back. I got one better. Jose Iglesias. Bring back Jose Iglesias. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Who's going to play shortstop? We need Jose Iglesias here. What is David Stearns doing? And Hector's like, no, for what? What? Are you crazy? Oh no, there's another one. Move Bo Bichette to shortstop. Immediately. Why? For spring training? For spring training? When he has to learn a new position? No, you leave him at third base. You let him learn third base. He knows how to play shortstop. So what do they do now? As we heard from Mendy today. Tomorrow, Bo Bichette will play shortstop just to remember what it feels like to be there. Just to remember what it looks like. Just in case there's an emergency and we need him to finish the game at shortstop. Just in case there's a blowout and maybe you want to put him at shortstop to finish the game. Which in that case, I don't know. You probably do that with somebody else. What the hell? Put Bear Brady there. But maybe you finish it with Bo to give Lindor a little bit of a break in the blowout. But there's no need to carry a shortstop. You want to carry Vidal Brujan? I guess. But honestly, for that, I'd rather carry Talkman. I'd rather go with the 5 outfielders and Beatty being my utility guy. And Vientos on his last breath being my right-handed batter off the bench, along with Talkman being my left-handed batter off the bench, and Tyrone Taylor being my 4th outfielder. But Carson Benge, like I said earlier, should be starting in right field every freaking day. He hits lefties. We saw him hit lefties. The kid has earned a job. He's earned the job. So I like the way the lineup looked today. I especially like it because Vientos is in there, even if he doesn't deserve it right now. Spring training. And yeah, that means he rakes. Spring training numbers don't matter. Polanco's raking. But it's what I say, right? We're going to get excited about Polanco. We could be a little bit disappointed that Vientos ain't doing shit. Because spring training is different for everybody. Yes, some guys come in and it doesn't matter what the hell they do. It doesn't matter really what Juan Soto does in spring training. It really doesn't matter what Bo Bichette does in spring training. Offensively, defense, we want to see him progress. It doesn't matter what a Polanco does in spring training. But, yes, good job. Honestly, I'm not even sure who's pitching, y'all. To be totally honest, I forgot. I saw it, but I forgot. Let me check real quick. Oh, Wenninger. Yeah, that's right. Wenninger. Good job. Let's see what the offense does now for the spring breakout game. So, yeah, imagine that. We had to sign Wilmer Flores and Jose Iglesias. We had to move Bo Bichette to shortstop. No, we didn't. Now, the last thing I wanted to touch on, and yeah, man, who said it? Lisa? Crazy prices for parking? Well, listen, I refuse. I have not paid for parking in a long time, and I will continue to refuse to pay for parking. And thankfully, I've already scouted my spot, and it's still there. Don't say nothing, Kenny. Don't you say nothing. What's going on, kid? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yo, of course, no doubt. But that's why it doesn't matter what he's doing, Amizi. That's what I'm saying, right? It don't matter what Polanco's doing. If Polanco was struggling right now, we really wouldn't care. But like, that's Polanco. We know what he is. It's Vientos, who already came in with the question marks, who people already were saying, this guy doesn't fit on the team. And then he struggles. He's not helping himself. He struggled in the WBC. He struggled here in spring training. Just terrible. And I think he might have hit again already, and I missed it. But he needs to start getting some results. Listen, I don't care about the exit velo. And I understand sometimes you say, you know what, the guy's just, He's hitting the ball hard. They're just not dropping in. He's going through a tough stretch. He's having bad luck. Whatever. You'll see the bloop start popping in, and it all balances out. But gosh, Lee, man, here we go. Here we go as we get started. Who's the leadoff hitter here for us? That's just night. Of course, it had to be my guy AJ Ewing. I really like this kid, man. And I really like that type of hitting right there. Nice line drive over the shortstop, not trying to do too much. I loved it when I heard him say, yo, I don't like striking out. He said, I recognize who I was. And I'm not a power hitter. My job is to get on base by any means necessary and cause havoc with my speed. There's a guy that stole, 60-plus bases last year in the minors? Maybe I'm exaggerating. Who the fuck cares? I know he stole a lot of them. And I like AJ Ewing. Truth be told, at first I was like, sheesh, Carson Benge. How about AJ Ewing makes this team? Oh, hold on. Elian Peña's at the plate. I want to see this, man. This kid here. This kid had multiple 3-home run games last season. How do you do that? I think it was 2. And he only hit 9 home runs in a rookie. Man. Future looks good. Future looks good. But listen, we know, especially a kid like Elian Peña. This is the guy who last year, when we signed him, said, I don't want to hear about no damn Elian Peña who's maybe 6-7 years away. But maybe he's on the fast track. Maybe he's on the fast track. What is he, 18 years old, I think? 19 years old? Young. Oh! And he just flied out, popped out. Okay. No biggie. No biggie. Where were we? Signing OMG. Stop it, Heck. Stop it. People have opinions. Even if they're crazy sometimes, just like yours. Which are crazy most of the time, right? That's what everybody's thinking. What the hell are you talking about? Anyways. Hey, you ain't lying. Yo, Stan, you're not lying. Let me tell you something. Even a couple of games ago, Wednesday, I think it was, his first at bat, he lined out 112 miles an hour to left field. In my opinion, it was a terrible at bat. He had a better pitch to hit earlier in the bat. He swung at garbage. So I agree with you. A walk right now for Mark Vientos is progress, damn it. Show me you know the damn strike zone. Show me you know what the hell is going on. Besides that, show me you understand what the pitcher's trying to do with you, man. And show me you can still hit that damn fastball. Because that's what it seems like you're struggling with. But, yeah, man. Happy to see the Lindor's going to be ready. Happy to see the way the roster's taking shape. Now, the other question mark is, and the last thing before we get out of here, which was the title of the title on the show here tonight is, in my opinion, Sean Manaea should start the season on the IL. I don't know how the hell you do it. I know the Mets got banged for the Phantom IL a couple of years ago. I don't know what just happened, but we up 3-0, baby. Let me see. I don't know what just happened, but we up 3-0 in the major league game. First or second in this spring breakout game with Ryan Clifford at the plate. Let's go deep, kid. But this whole velocity thing with Manaea, listen, I'm not someone who really cares about velocity. But when we're talking about 92, 89, that is a little, it's a little different. It's one thing if you're in the 90s, mid-90s, high 90s, figure out a way to get outs. And I'm not saying that you can't get outs at 89, 90 miles an hour. But it's going to be extremely difficult. And it's going to be lineups that you're not going to get outs. And maybe we could play around and, we have 6 viable starters. That is the good thing, that right now, all of our guys seem to be healthy. Everyone seems to be healthy unless Sean Manaea is lying to us. And that's the scary part. Because if you feel good, then what the hell is going on? And you want to tell me that when you get to Citi Field and the adrenaline and you're going to find your miles an hour? Oh, really? Did you leave him in the Citi Field locker? Is that what the miles an hour are? You left 2 or 3 miles an hour of your fastball in the Citi Field locker for the winter? What the hell is that? And hopefully he's right. Hopefully that adrenaline gets pumping and he's able to get a couple of miles an hour more, increasing the velocity. More importantly, hopefully he's able to figure out how to get outs regardless if you're going to be in his rotation. But in my opinion, we heard today that Kodai Senga is going to be left behind, not on the injured list, but to make another start, whether it's in AAA camp or however the hell they do it. A simulated start, I just don't care. It's funny, right? Because Senga, coming into tonight, had only thrown 5 2/3 innings this spring, I think it was. Let me see. I think I have it here somewhere. 6 2/3 inning for Senga this spring. Manaea has actually thrown 9 2/3 inning. So this morning, I was thinking, I wonder what they're going to do with the rotation, right? We don't really need 6 starters coming out because you have a day off right away. So you can play with that. We know Peralta's going opening day. We saw today that McLean's going to pitch, I forget when the hell it is, to line him up, it lines him up for the second game of the season. Mendoza says they have it pretty much figured out, but didn't want to say what it was yet, the plan for the rotation. But I would think if we're going on merit, if we're going on how guys performed last season and have performed so far this spring, you're going to go Peralta, you're going to go McLean, and you're going to go Holmes. That should be the starters for that Pirates series. That would be my first 3 for that Pirates series. That's how I would do it. How about coming in, Jonathan, because you enjoy the content, you enjoy the conversation, you want to be part of the conversation? Support. I appreciate it. Good to see you, bro. But if it was me, I would figure out a way to delay Sean Manaea. And it's crazy, right? Because you're going to put him on the IL. You're going to figure out to do what you're doing with Senga maybe to keep him back, right? Maybe he's just 6th starter. But he needs to throw. He needs to figure out. Maybe it's him holding back because he's still unsure with the loose elbows. And I don't understand, right? These guys talk about they spend the winter in this tread this and this, that, and they put all of this crap on you. And you work on all this stuff. And then you come to spring training and you're still trying to figure it out? Nah, man. Not in 2026. I'm a big Sean Manaea fan. I really am. At the same time, up until that arm slot switch, really, up until he met me in Central Park and things turned around. Let me stop. Up until the arm slot switch and things turned around, we weren't too happy with Sean Manaea. Shoot, that was right after they went to London, and I talked about how dumb we were and how the hell we wanted to exhibit the game by having Quintana and Sean Manaea on the mound out there. So we weren't happy with Sean Manaea. But then he figured it out. Or so we thought he did. So who the hell is Sean Manaea? We still wondering. And are you really healthy, my guy? Are you really healthy, my guy? So we'll see. But if it was up to me, Sean Manaea, I don't know. Come up with something. But you can't force a guy to go to the IL, obviously. And I honestly don't know what you do. With him. Besides having him as your 6th starter, and maybe he doesn't go the first time through. Oh, what did Polanco do here? Man, this guy just hits. Good stuff. Let's see here. How did we score those other 2 runs? Oh, Bet Beatty. Okay. Bet Beatty with a double. Drives in Bichette. How did we score the third run? Oh, a bases loaded walk? Who the hell Jose? Jose? Who the hell is that? I don't even know. Anyways, who cares? But Mets up 3-0 in the major league game. Didn't get anything done here in the spring breakout game, even though they had first and second with one out. And here on Blunt Thoughts, we're trying to figure out a way to get Sean Manaea to start the season on the IL. So he can find those miles per hour. But I mean, do we give him a shot to come figure it out here? And when he says, when I get to City Field, when we get to City Field, well, you may not start at City Field. Your first game may be in St. Louis, maybe even in San Francisco, depending on how they handle it. Maybe you come back that Tuesday in St. Louis with Freddie Peralta on his 5th day. So you don't need a 6 starter just yet, right? I don't know. We'll see how the hell they do it. We'll see how they do it. But I'm excited. I'm so excited that I did this out of nowhere, out of the blue. Little Blunt Thoughts to have a little fun. And again, because it just has a couple of things on my mind, Carson Benge needs to be on the opening day roster. Good job sending Mauricio to the minors. Did Robert Jr. just go deep? Robert Jr. just hits a double to drive in Soto. And Bo Bichette, a 2-run double. Oh, man. Telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be one fun lineup. Listen, you know me. I don't give a damn about paper because the game is not played on paper. The game is played on dirt and grass. But you see that lineup today? You see the lineup when it's played almost at its whole? And this could be a scary lineup, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a very balanced lineup. If Brett Beatty continues to do what he's been doing, if Alvy's able to stay healthy and fulfill some of that promise, that first, that number one prospect, and then if we could get anything out of Vientos or Bench, whoever the hell is in the lineup, with the top 6, oof, boy, oh boy. Good luck to pitchers trying to work through that lineup. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did. I honestly, though, Stan, I thought they had a little bit of a quick hook with him. I felt like, but at the end of the day, he didn't perform up to par. And that's what happens. Oh no, I don't know if this is true. Oh, did oh man, really? Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's who that outlaw guy is. Come on, Alvy. Here I am talking about how you need to stay healthy, and this lineup could be deep. And you can't even freaking. Oh man. I agree, bro. I agree, intellectual. I agree. This just definitely gonna be different. I disagree on Chavez being the problem, but that's done with. Don't need to really keep going on about that. This is not good. I wish I did. I wish I did. Yo, Joe, what's going on, Ed? What's going on, kid? Dime Ortiz, what's good? No play-by-play, man. No play. Well, I'm not. The Major League game, I'm following along here on the app. I'm following along on the app on the Major League game. In the spring game, let's see. We got 2 outs here. Man on first. Obviously, Wenninger still on the mound. 35 pitches here, the second inning. For the Major League squad, we got bases loaded with Marcus Semien at the plate. Nobody out. I think his bases loaded. I'm pretty sure. Yep, bases loaded. And first pitch is a fastball down and away for ball 1. Let's see what Semien does here. No, matter of fact, what the hell are we doing? There's not supposed to be no live watch along. Oh. And here we got a base hit in the spring breakout game. And whoever the hell that was on first scored all the way from first. Wow. On a single. What the hell? What the heck was that? I mean, I know he's running on the pitch. The ball's in right center, but he got to it right away. How did that guy stay on first? How did the batter just stay on first and not go to second? Holy smokes. Maybe he didn't think that throw was going to go home, but the throw did go home. It was a little offline up the first base line. The catcher actually did a good job stopping it. Anyways, what do we got here? Yo, Junior, what's going on, kid? Word. That's what we got. Ben Rolberg, Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes was just talking about how he wants to keep playing. He still feels like he can contribute. More importantly, he said he wanted to be part of this team because he feels like there's something special going on here and this team can win. But we know there's really no spot for Austin Barnes. Or is there a spot for Austin Barnes? Oh, man, that's Wenninger gave himself another hit here. And this was a double on the third base line. And we got second and third for the Rays with 2 outs. 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second, in the top of the second in the spring breakout game. I don't know where the hell the Mets are playing. I forget what Houston's spring training facility is, but looks like Semien hit a sacrifice fly to Yordan Alvarez in left field, and the Mets now lead 6-0. And guess who's at the plate? Let's see what happens in this Vientos at bat, and then we'll get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. As again, I'm just watching this on the whatever the hell it's called, the game date thing here on the app on my phone. And what do we got here? Is there a mound visit or something? Come on, let's go. Yep, there is a mound visit. Great. That's where they are, Palm Coast. Appreciate you, Ortiz. Maybe your buddy Mendy can yeah, right. Oh, boy. Those days are over. I probably won't even be at many games this year. Let's see. Come on, Wendy. Let's get out this inning, man. Let's go, kid. He's been wild. Oh, come on, man. You're going to make a pitching change? I got to go. This was supposed to be a quick 30-minute video. And you know what? To hell with Vientos. Oh, here we go. Ball 1 outside. On a slider. Good to see him stay away from the slider. We're doing a lot of first pitch swinging, too. Like, what are you in a hurry for, bro? Go up there. looking for a pitch to hit for your oh my God. He swings at a ball up and away and somehow hits a ground ball double play because you're trying to pull a up and away fastball, my guy. Take that shit to right center like you used to. Goodness gracious, man. Terrible. Terrible. And you see, Amizi, spring training doesn't matter, but we still get upset. Damn, Swaggy. Swagless V, man. Swagless V. Listen, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. Again, this is just watching on the game day app. This is just watching on the game day app, and they show you the location of the pitch. Matter of fact, I'll show you. I'll show you so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll show you. What the hell are you doing grounding this ball to shortstop is what I want to know, bro. Like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Take that ball in the gap to right center and smoke it, bro. Like you used to. Norman Holler. He's lost. You ain't lying. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this crap. Look at that pitch. Hold on, because I know you can't see it. Oops. Get out of there. My apologies. Terrible job by me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the pitch that he swings at. Not that he swings because it's a strike. It's a strike. But take that ball to right center. If we use this field right here, why the hell you switch it on me? No, we want to stay here. We don't care about what the hell is going on. We want to stay here. Hit that ball over there, right with that NYY sign, whatever the hell that sign is over there, that face sign they got on the field there. Instead, you hit a swagless double play. What's the exit velo? Oh boy. Anyways, man. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Again, this is just going to be real quick because I had a couple of things on my mind. Carson Benge needs to be on the opening day roster and starting in right field. Sean Manaea should be on the IL and nowhere near a damn mound anytime soon. But he's getting out. So it's like, man, what the hell? And maybe he does find those miles per hour when he gets to Citi Field. Maybe they're in the Citi Field locker. That's what happened. Sean Manaea left a couple of miles an hour over the winter in the Citi Field locker. When they get back to New York, I'm guessing they coming back Sunday night because camp ends Sunday night. He pick it up, take it home, and figure it all out. Besides that, enjoy the rest of this spring breakout game. Happy to see Lindor. I expect him to be there at shortstop opening day. Hey, Patty, good to see you. And now the show just got great. Too bad we got to go. When Patty enters the building, that's when we have perfection. Anyways, on that note, though, apologize. We do got to get out of here, though. Let's see. Sunday night, we're working on doing our season preview with our boy Anthony McCarron, just trying to figure out the time. It'll be our third annual season preview. Looking forward to that. Hope you guys join us for that. Yeah, and that's that. We'll let you know what time. What do you got here, Jonathan? What are you talking about? Maybe it's time to face the truth and come to the realization that Vientos is just not it as much as we all as fans want him to be what he was in 2024, at least close. He's just not it right now. And maybe a change of scenery will do him well. Maybe, bro. It just might be the case. But do we want to trade him for a bag of balls right now? I don't know. You sure as hell don't DFA him. You ain't going to get him through waivers because somebody will pick him up. He's only getting $800 and some thousand, man. At least we ain't giving him 27 or whatever the hell we giving Manaea. Have a good night, everybody. You already know what it is, man. No matter what the hell is going on, Vientos is swagless. It don't matter. It's still, let's go Mets, baby. Peace.
Click full of animals and we made ourselves with minimal. Fuck you, no subliminals. Putting in this work, nigga. That's why they feelings hurt, nigga. Swear we need a hearse cause we work our shites to the dirt, nigga. If I'm in the club, I'm